With this last video, we're going to look at ISTENETS5b standard 5b, which focuses on digital citizenship and how technology coaches will model and facilitate safe, healthy, legal, and ethical uses of digital information and technologies. And the activities or things that I found showed mastery in this around digital citizenship were some housekeeping tasks that Miss Barnes gave me to help her complete and also help gain the hours that I needed for the practicum. And one of those includes student emails. I was giving permission to manage the domain, the Google domain, and so I was very interested in that. Thought it was very cool that she felt that she could trust me with being led into this major domain, and sticking to exactly what she told me to do. And so what she told me was that when they decided to give student emails out and assign them to all the students, they created them all and assigned them all. They got a dummy password. They all got a dummy password, and they figured out, in order to be, a digital citizen, and be ethical and things like that, as we teach our students, we have to take the proper steps to do that. And as she stated, they did that by sending out permission forms. And the students had to have the permission forms signed by their parents stating that they had permission to use the student emails. And so what Miss Barnes said that she figured out was that it was very simple for students who had not returned permission forms to gain access to their emails just by asking their friend what the dummy password was and sharing it amongst each other. So a task that she set me on was to go in and suspend all of the student emails that have never been logged in. And that was a major task. I had all the grades, and not all, first grade and second grade, they did not have student emails. And so I just had to go in and basically monitor and look at each grade, and these are students from all over the county in each school. And I basically just had to look and see when the last time they logged in. And if they had never logged in, I had to suspend the user. And Ms. Barnes just stated that basically that just kind of helped them weed out who was not using the email and who maybe had not had the proper permission form. And that way, if they did decide to use the email and did not have the proper permission, they would not be able to log on, and the teacher would have to contact Miss Barnes, and they would find out if it was had the proper permission, and take steps from there to turn their email, or to gain their student email back. So that was one task, and another task was a teacher-related task. Ms. Barnes also allowed me permission to go in different parts of our iNow, our Chalkable system. That this is what we use each day for grades and attendance and things like that. So there are obviously other parts that I am not used to seeing, and Miss Barnes allowed me to have access to those areas. So it was just an easy task for me to help her. But I was to go in and search through our staff members, and just to make sure that they had email addresses on file in order to make tasks easier, such as forgetting passwords. If a teacher forgot their password, you wouldn't have to contact Miss Barnes, and she would have to reset and do all of that and send the long password. So making sure that we had all the correct email addresses on file allowed the teachers to receive the reset email instead of doing it through Miss Barnes. So basically, those tasks were just kind of step eliminators, and making we looked at it as making the digital community more accessible and easier to function in, and the teacher digital community, to run like a well-oiled machine. So I was happy to help her out with those tasks in order to gain hours for my practicum. And so that is the final ISTENETS standard, and I hope that you have enjoyed my rambling through these videos, and have seen that the practicum has been beneficial and helpful to me, and provided mastery for these SD standards.